So let's talk about Drake. No, let's really talk about Drake, his personality, who he is, what he has done. Okay, so Drake is basically saying that he is being like bullied out of his career. So if the rap battle isn't enough, he decided he wanted to sue because he said Kendrick has to be using bots. It has to be bots. There's no way he could have been this successful. And we see a lot of backlash. We see a lot of media where the media is basically saying, oh yeah, it's not that great. The halftime performance wasn't that great. It was mediocre. Well, what's interesting is that's not what the whole collective, the people who are into hip hop, that's not what the people who enjoy rap battles are saying. They're basically saying, no, Kendrick Lamar killed it 100%. And some of the things that Kendrick Lamar did accuse Drake of, definitely, it's basically highlighting his weirdo tendencies. And Drake has had a lot of weirdo tendencies. Like, we cannot ignore the weirdo and speculated tendencies and accusations that have been floating around. And then for Drake to wear an outfit like this, I mean, no pun intended, but you could have picked a better shirt. And yes, like the majority of us have already seen it, Drake. Don't you remember you leaked that footage like last year? And everybody's already seen it. And that still didn't save your career. I mean, I don't know. Are you thinking about other avenues? I'm not really sure. But we have to remember that Drake has been the one who has dominated the charts for a very long time. And was it off of pure talent? Yes, he is talented. He's a very talented individual. But a lot of people think that he was controlling the charts because of the corporations that were backing him and also the money that he had. So the thing about Drake is when Drake was beefing with Meek Mill, nobody ever said, what about Meek Mill? He literally destroyed Meek Mill's career. And also Meek Mill did some choices of his own where it didn't really help. But they basically didn't say like, oh, Drake battled Meek Mill with 2 records back to back so hard that Meek Mill has never been the same. That conversation has never occurred. Nobody seems to care. But now we should feel sympathetic because Drake is kind of getting a taste of his own medicine. I'll be honest, I don't feel sympathetic. And then he has the audacity to basically accuse Kendrick of doing what it is that he has been doing, which is basically playing a monopoly in the music industry. Drake has taken all the playlists, all the genres, all the huge corporations, all the money to back him to make sure you are only allowed and you can only choose to listen to music that somehow benefits him. And people have been talking about it for a very long time. He's on the pop playlist. He's on the rap playlist. He's on the hip hop playlist. He is even on the R&B playlist. He is on every dang playlist you could possibly find because he has literally used his money and success to make it that way. And now we want to be sad that because Kendrick got highlighted on the Super Bowl and called you out that you are in your feelings and this is the shirt you decide to wear. I think not, buddy. I think not. I will not be surprised if Drake says goodbye to USA completely. I told you guys this from a while ago. He is not coming back here. Like, maybe he might, reinvent himself, but we're going to have to give this guy at least a couple years. I don't know. Maybe he's going to reinvent himself. Try, but it's never going to be the same. The old Drake is nobody feels sorry for him. And the crying, we're just over it. And another thing that I want to say is why people who worked with him, how come they don't have his back? Right? Everybody who's worked with him has turned their back on him. So that makes me think that he does some really, really shady shit. That he is basically, I personally think he's not paying people. That's personally what I think. He's not paying people. He's basically using them and abusing them. I feel like he's taking a little bit of a play out of it, the Diddy handbook. I'm just saying. Because for so many people to not support him after this, something's going on that we don't see.